Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring Land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer.
Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation.
Kind of pointless.
We know all things.
All right, welcome back to Boring Land. Nick here.
Gabe here.
That's all I give is a little chuckle. That's it. I thought you hated yourself to Boring Land.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna say Gabe Gaiton Day, but no joke, right? Somebody sent us a package that I could not pick up because they actually put Gabe Gaiton Day on there, and the PO box people were like, can I see some ID that says Gabe Gaiton Day? Especially because it came from like overseas, bro. So I think they were expected, I don't know, like a nefarious package or something. I'm like, bro, it's like, you know, it's a pseudonym. You know what I mean? Like, you know, to be like a made up name. Like Gabriel's my real name. It's actually my middle name. But Gaiton Day is, he's like, well, if the ID doesn't match, I'm like, oh my god. So I figured I'd calm down on a little Gabe Gaiton Day. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
You should use the government name from now on. I'm not sure if you noticed it, but real quick, this was in the package, a little unboxing.
Yeah, I saw the video yesterday.
It's a thing of beauty.
It is. Awesome, man. But Nick, tell the people we're gonna be reacting to today.
So welcome to Boring Reviews. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. We are checking out a trailer here. Thank you, Shelvin, for the request. This is for season 2 of Kota Factory. We did not watch season 1, nor did we react to the trailer, but he says that this show is very similar to Super 30. We loved ourselves some Super 30 with Hrithik Roshan. And yeah, we have a review for it on this channel if you want to check that out. And so he says that if you love the movie, you're going to love the series. Absolutely. So we're going to check out this. Just got dropped yesterday, I believe. Gabe, are you ready?
Absolutely, brother.
All right. So let's do this in 3, 2, 1. Is it in black and white?
Maybe it's just like a subtitle.
I will always be proud to be a student of Maheshwari classes.
Jeez.
क्यों करना है आईटी? ऐसा क्या है आईआईटी में? दूसरा साल चल रहा है आईटी प्रिपरेशन का और अभी आपको ये डिस्कस करना है कि हमको आईआईटी क्यों करना है?
मैं कोई मॉक टेस्ट नहीं दे रहा। सब हो गया आईआईटी से।
1 साल का ड्रॉप नहीं लेना चाहिए था। मेरे सारे के सारे दोस्त सेकंड ईयर में घुस रहे हैं और मैं कॉलेज की सोच रहा हूँ।
90% आए थे, फिर भी महेश्वरी से धक्के मार के निकाल दिया था इसके बाद।
Jeez.
आप यहाँ 12th में आए, ऑलरेडी 1 साल लेट, और टॉपर्स कभी लेट स्टार्ट नहीं करते।
Competitive, man.
महेश्वरी में हम बच्चों की कंप्लेन उनके पेरेंट्स से नहीं करते। हम ऐसे बच्चों को एडमिट ही नहीं करते।
कान फट के हाथ में आ गई।
आईआईटी करनी है। क्यों करनी है आईआईटी? आईआईटी ही क्यों?
सवाल लेट पूछा तो सवाल गलत हो जाता है क्या?
अजीब से चित्र घूमते रहते हैं दिमाग में, मन घबराता रहता है।
At any given time, 17% फीमेल पॉपुलेशन अपने पीरियड्स पे होती है, and it's not just the blood loss. हार्मोन्स भी अपने पीक पर होते हैं, और ऐसे में हमें एग्जाम्स की तैयारी नहीं, कई बार एग्जाम्स देने भी पड़ते हैं।
जितनी भी पढ़ाई कर लो, एग्जाम में मार्क्स कम आते हैं, कॉन्फिडेंस गिर जाता है।
ये सबको होता है।
मैं सपना देख रहा हूँ। ये सपना तो नहीं है।
आईआईटी इसलिए करो क्योंकि टफ है। टफ बैटल लड़ने में कॉन्फिडेंस आता है।
I do agree with that. It's a great quote. Dude, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And it's really interesting. I'm going to jump in here real quick that they are using the angle of the competitiveness, the trials of trying to stay in a school that's as competitive as that, trying to get ready for IIT and get prepared for that. And you have, you know, the one character who's just almost like, why? Like, why am I doing this? And the other character, like, what are you talking about? Like, he's all gung-ho about it. It's I don't know if this whole show is black and white, but it definitely does give it a different element where you kind of almost like with the color palette there, where you kind of take away all the noise and you're just focusing on the story and the characters and what's going on there. What do you think about that?
You know, I got mixed feelings about it, to be candid with you, man. You know, my philosophy in teaching is very different than a lot of people. And, you know, I believe, listen, ultimately all kids are going to learn realistically. Okay. You cannot do the same thing over and over and over again and fail. Like, you could fail for a day. You could fail for a week. You could fail for a month, but really apply yourself. I don't care what is that, geometry, social studies, you know what I mean? Algebra. It doesn't matter what it is. If you just keep on trying, eventually you become successful. You can't fail forever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always of the belief that failure is a part of learning, and it's okay to fail. I let my students know that from day one. Guys, failure is a part of learning. I always tell them the story of the light bulb in Edison. You know what I mean? He failed like, what, 9,999 times to make it. And when he finally did it on a 10,000 time, he's being, you know, interviewed. They ask him, you know, how did you have the fortitude to continue to work after failing so many times? And, you know, he said, I didn't fail 9,999 times. I just found 9,999 ways not to make the light bulb. And honestly, Nick, my philosophy of teaching, I went to the game tonight. Trayvon had an unbelievable game. When I tell you unbelievable, I'm gonna put it on Twitter. He had a couple huge catches, scored the only touchdown for our side. Defensively, he played amazing. And if I'm lying, bro, I'm flying to Act Savannah. After the game, there was probably 20 kids that came by me and said, "Oh, Mr. Larry," somebody who's like on the team who didn't realize I was his dad. He's like, "Trey, that's your dad? Mr. Larry's your dad?" Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like I'm not even like the impact I've made on some of these students. You know what I mean? Because I've really let them know, hey guys, it's okay. You're not defined by a score. All right. You may fail it today. You may fail it tomorrow, but eventually you will succeed. And my belief is this, okay? Bro, degrees don't got no date on them. Okay, it don't matter if it took you 4 years, it took me 7 years, cousin. A degree's a degree. Don't know where on my degree it took me. This says how long it took me to do it. So when the guy in the video is like, "Oh, he's already a year behind," so that would be my response. But again, I understand that there's a different kind of pressure in India on these students. But then after watching movies like Super 30, after watching movies like Three Idiots, which I love, one of my favorite films. Forget about Indian films, favorite films of all time, period. I put it up there, so important. You realize the kind of pressure these kids are under and the mental aspect of it. And, you know, the kid committed suicide in our Three Idiots. So I think it's going to give us a little bit more of that world. So that's how come it's mixed. Like, it's good to see it, but at the same time, like, those teachers that are in there, that's not my philosophy. That's not how I teach. And I'm like, I can't believe a teacher would speak to a student that way. But, you know, I'm definitely interested in watching the show. Anything that has to do with education, I'm always very interested in watching.
I can see a teacher acting the way that person acted, even someone that had the original intentions that you have as a teacher. And I like to think that I have, because you get so wrapped up in success, in ego, in pride, that you allow it to justify to yourself that you need to hold these students to a higher standard. And the one interesting thing in there is he said, we don't have to talk to parents about their kids because we don't let those kind of students in our school. They're able to be very, very selective in a certain type of student that they have in there, because it's all about those ending results. Not so much, according to what I saw in that trailer for this show, not so much nurturing that student to reach those heights if they have the potential. You said Three Idiots. A lot of that trailer reminded me of Three Idiots, especially when they showed those three side to side to side. You had the one guy questioning, like, is this really what education is? Even though he's really, really smart. And one thing I've never thought about this before. I'm not going to lie. When the girl was talking about her menstrual cycle,
yes,
I have never thought about how that does put women at a disadvantage. Whether
Absolutely.
it's studies, any type of thing where they are in official competition or unofficial competition with boys. I've never thought about that before.
Right.
You know me well enough. I love to be competitive and complain. If I was a woman, I would be using that all the time, not as an excuse, but just say it's not fair. We're not playing with a fair deck right here. It's stacked against me. I thought that was brilliant.
No, and honestly, as an educator, I've never thought about that, right? Because when you look at all these standardized scores that, you know, and don't get me wrong, I get it. I'm as competitive as the next person. I want my class to do well. But I realize that there's more. You can't just put a grade on a student and say, you're a C student, that's who you're going to be all your life. Or you're an 80th percentile student, that's what you're going to be all your life. Or you're a 50th percentile student, that's what you're going to be all your life. I don't ascribe to that, okay? Because they're people. They're more than that. And here's the thing. I've seen kids that are 100%, I mean, literally some of the smartest kids, but have zero work ethic. Give me the kid that's really willing to work, and I'll give you somebody that will succeed in life, because you could be as book smart as you want, but if you don't got work ethic and you don't apply yourself, what does it matter? So, you know, there's two school of thoughts there, but I never thought about that, Nick. And I have a daughter. I have a wife. I know how it physically sometimes debilitates them with the migraines and the cramps and things of that nature. Could you imagine trying to take a pressure-packed test like the ACT or the SAT, and it just happens to fall? Like, you know, within that, that's just, you're right. It's such a disadvantage. I never thought about that, but man, you know, those are my quick thoughts on this any which way. Anything to me that has to do with education is so important, because these are our future. This is the future. All right. And somebody told me this a long time ago. I forgot who told it to me, but he was like, listen, give that kid your all in that classroom, your all. Because that might be the cop one day that saves your life. That might be the doctor one day that cuts you open and performs a triple bypass. Y'all know I'm a little chunky, so I'm probably going to need it. The way I eat, I'm Hispanic. I'm going to need it at some point. But you know what I mean? That's going to be the judge ruling in your case someday. That's going to be, that's the future. So you have to give them your all. And do you want that kid, like to me, I had kids come up to me tonight, and just the love and admiration and the kinship I felt with them. Or do you want that cop pulling you over? Oh, Mr. Lara. Oh, I remember you. Or that doctor going to work on you. Oh, Mr. Lara, I remember you. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. These kids are our future leaders. So do you want to, you know, be on their good side and part of that good memory, or that, oh, this was the guy that didn't make me believe in myself and made it harder for myself? Let's see how much effort I put into this triple bypass surgery. You know
wow. He says like that. It's all about the ethics now. Let us know what your thoughts are about this. Let us know about season 1 since it already came out if you watched it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time,
we know all things.